For a million years, humans constantly moved in order to live and survive. However, the first humans to arrive in North America was only about 20,000 years ago. They descended from Eastern Asia, entering Alaska, then spreading throughout the lands. You see, none of us sprung out of the soil, so anyone born here is a Native American, as everyone who has ever been on the American continent has at some point come from somewhere else. In 1492, the explorer Christopher Columbus believed he had landed in the East Indies, thus calling the locals Indians. But when there are no historical, linguistic, or cultural connections, it's tough to piece together chronological relevance. After all, the American Indian traditions of oral teachings, as opposed to written material, is and always has been their orthodoxy. The first American Indian newspaper was printed in 1828 by the Cherokee Phoenix tribe in New Echota, Georgia. My hope is that this film might demystify and break apart those orthodoxies. For thousands of years, American Indians encouraged a healthy equilibrium as both an ecologically sound civilization as well as a socially connected civilization. Yet 3 centuries ago, things changed. While the native Indians sought to be part of the natural world, viewing Earth as a living deity, a giver of life, the Europeans thought differently. Their distorted culture viewed the same gifts as things to dominate, to conquer, to tame, and to own. Yes, it took 300 years for Western civilization to divine that the American Indian way of thinking was in the realm of possibility as the healthier, more righteous way of life. Conversation was never begun at once, or in a hurried manner. No one was quick with a question, no matter how important, and no one was pressed for an answer. A pause, giving time for thought, was the truly courteous way of beginning and conducting a conversation. It was our belief that the love of possessions is a weakness to be overcome. Its appeal is to the material part, and if allowed its way, it will in time disturb one's spiritual balance. Therefore, children must early learn the beauty of generosity. They are taught to give what they prize most, that they may taste the happiness of giving. I cannot tell you the dreamy Indian story of your imagination, simply because I am not imaginary, and my story is no dream. Contrary to most global thought, we are indeed a territorial species. I am personally proud of American Indian heritage, as I happen to live in the county with the most Native American Indian tribes in the United States, with 18. Their deep spirituality is covetous, as is their reverence for life and their environmental connectedness. America was a vast, unproductive land until the settlers arrived. The tribes, however, viewed land in the same vein as air, with the principle of establishing private ownership of land to be absurdly unnatural. The settlers' history included domination of other humans, where throughout history, the powerful nations have conquered the weak. The Native American Indians were nomadic and quite happy existing within nature's parameters. Everything on the earth has a purpose, every disease a herb to cure it, and every person a mission. This is the Indian theory of existence. We send our little Indian boys and girls to school, and when they come back talking English, they come back swearing. There is no swear word in the Indian languages, and I haven't yet learned to swear. When we Indians kill meat, we eat it all up. When we dig roots, we make little holes. When we build houses, we make little holes. When we burn grass for grasshoppers, we don't ruin things. We shake down acorns and pine nuts. We don't chop down the trees, we only use dead wood. Since the natives never established a sovereign nation with laws, warring ensued. You must remember, however, that the Indians lived off the land and rightfully viewed these different-looking settlers as invasionary, with their blind loyalty to a particular patch of dirt, to river water, or to a grove of trees. Every desirable piece of dirt on Earth has been fought for, and America is no exception. The corporate European overlord mentality strip-mined large swaths of land, and in many cases, the Indians were destroyed. Even though the Indians helped the settlers with their hunting skills for food, animal pelts for warmth, berry gathering, and a myriad of land skills passed on from generation to generation. The federal government now controls the tribal purse strings, which I am against. Look, every region has an ecological carry capacity, and the U.S. is now approaching 350 million people. Do your best, gang, and give thanks for unknown blessings already on their way.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Hey, look what Zeb just scored on his last road trip.
I say right on.
Oh, did you want to say something, Injun Joe?
Injun Joe say, get the most frequently stolen book in the world.